Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd, gentlemen. Last time on the Curse of Strahd, the party bore witness to a miracle. The Abbot has come to the home of Dmitry Krezkov and Anna Krezkov, the Burgeomeister and his wife of the village of Krezk. They had just buried the last of their children, Ilya, after he has been claimed by death. You guys can see as the gathered crowds and the Burgomaster and his wife, like the gathered crowds are gasping. Some of them are shouting in fear and surprise as the grave began to turn and move. See the first grave. You see a small hand like pierce through the ground after the Abbot struck it with a beam of light. Small child pulls himself out, blinking and looking confused. The Abbot kneels to him. "Hello, Ilya. Good morning." Like the kids just, the Abbot pulls him physically out as the other graves begin to turn as well. Dmitry and Anna immediately runs to embrace her child. "Oh, Ilya! Dmitry is staring eyes wide at his resurrected son, and his attention is turned between the Abbot and the other graves, as it seems they're having a little bit more difficulty pushing through the dirt. And the Abbot says, "I think perhaps because their graves had more time to settle in."
Lost your sound.
"Ой! Sidalakay, no zasoi!" Dmitry goes to the guards. The guards are very clearly too shaken, and none of them move. Dmitry spits and looks at the party. "Outsiders, please help me!" And he immediately begins to get to one of the graves, like using his bare hands, like clawing at the dirt.
I'm gonna help at this grave.
Alright, the dirt really did have time to solidify, but go ahead and give me a mage hand and then servant. Go ahead.
I don't want to get dirty.
No. Alright, fine, I'll do the grunt work. What kind of check is this?
Just a quick athletics, just to see how quickly it can get it done.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
Seeing Parmesan struggle, I'll go over there and
I'm just going to refresh all 20 real quick. It's taking a couple of moments.
I'll give him a hand. Oops, I wasn't supposed to be at disadvantage.
Right. You guys managed to clear the dirt away from the graves. And you find, reaching through the dirt and shards of coffin, an adult man, a young woman, and another teen, all blinking and looking confused. You can even see on some of them, the flesh is still regenerating, finishing just as you help dig them out. Some of the people in the gathered crowd scream and retreat, while many fall to their knees in prayer. Anna is still just grabbing onto her son for dear life, as the Burgomaster stumbles back, shocked, as his children climb back literally out of their graves. Staggering, looking sick and confused. The woman, looking between very early 20s, pushes past Armagin and Varys and vomits heartily. This black, like foul-smelling liquid, oozing liquid, as the adult man stumbles, and unable to remain standing. Abbot simply nods pleasantly and says, "The adjustment will pass. They will soon be right."
I lean over to Armagin and I whisper in his ear, "Not dead."
How many times can I do that?
Actually beat me to the punch on that.
Yeah.
That's a question of the hour here.
I can't right now. Mike, I can't.
Armagin shrugs and Orm looks at him in disbelief.
Dimitri, I hope that this display has shown you the earnestness of my desire to help you and your people. Dimitri is just staring at him as he's holding on to his children that he's gathered up into his arms. Now, just grasping them together with his wife. Yes, Abbot, certainly done that. Forgive me, for I find myself at a loss of words. That is quite alright. Would you... I'm sure that this is a very emotional moment for you. If you wish, I can return later. No. Anna. Children. All of you. Looks to you guys as well. Please wait a while I speak with the Abbot. I don't mind, they can come with us. In fact, I would like to request that the adventurers, the Grey Company, the fabled Grey Company, accompany us. I would like to discuss with them as well. Looks to you guys like kind of very surprised and off guard. You can see that he's still very suspicious. He's completely off guard here. But he'll simply look back at them. Very well. Grey Company. If you are willing, please come into my house. I suppose we shall discuss things. Splendid. Please.
You get a concerned look from Vysillia under the hood. And you hear her lean in, just as she whispers to at least you three. If these guys aren't undead, then this is going to make things a lot more complicated.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to honor him, so actually only he can hear it, and say think that's necromancy. I don't know how many spells you have in you, but it might be worth it to detect magic.
Parmesan, being new to this praying thing, kind of waits. Does he any gut feeling, anything? He just has no idea what to expect.
Looking at the children right now, they seem to have regained their bearing. Calling them well, two of them are basically adults. One of them's a teen, and one of them is just a young kid. But they seem still very out of sorts, but slowly coming to. They begin to cry as they understand what's happening to them and embrace their mother and father. Slurring in Barovian as they return. It's very clear that Anna is practically beside herself with joy, and all she can do to weep with happiness and embrace her children, while Dimitri is definitely still on guard. He's definitely also happy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a skunk.
Great advice.
So, do you guys follow into?
Might as well.
You guys follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarmin's
Very
like, I
stone-
defer to your judgment.
Yeah, I'll bring my unseen servant with me. Just
What?
for reference. And also for reference, am I about the size of the smallest child? For instance, if I were to disguise self, could I be passable? Just for a frame of reference,
You are
know.
about the size of the smallest child of Vysillia.
Okay, no reason.
No reason whatsoever. Alrighty.
Looks like we're following.
What? Gonna try refreshing all 20 again because it's slow.
At the,
But
at the
as
time I'm sorry. I'm just as an aside. I asked Vysillia for the those leaves that she found
Yeah, like all
that
the
help
way.
with exhaustion.
Yeah, like one we found with like Vysillia and his manservant. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pass him the blood.
And yeah, and
You'll come to get the effect, or what's the?
Yeah. There you go.
but as we're walking, I'm just literally mixing
There
it
we
up, putting
go.
it in a healing potion and taking it, which is how it said to take it.
There we go. My roll 20 finally loaded. Alright, here are the.
She'll
other
offer
divine
to spike
children.
it with some coffee if you want.
Yeah, wash it down a little bit.
Can
I need
take
that right now.
Can I take a quick look at one of the kids with a medicine check? Maybe see if I can notice anything peculiar about them.
Certainly. Go ahead and give me a medicine check. However, it's going to be with the DC slightly higher since, not like having them in front of you like that. Just giving them a look. 24. Let me see. What are you looking for in particular? For the most part, they seem to be exhibiting the symptoms of shock, which we can't know what it is. Still disoriented, but they seem to understand more or less where they are to be able to speak. You don't see any bleeding or obvious things on them. Aside from, they all stink pretty badly of decay, but to be fair, up until less than a minute ago, they have been corpses.
Any sign of decay? What's the pallor of their skin? Are they actually breathing? The black stuff that they coughed up, does that look like anything I've seen before?
They seem to be breathing the black stuff. Well, yeah. So the black stuff that they coughed or they coughed up and threw up. Let me see. Give me an Arcana check. Seems like so definitely smells incredibly foul, and you can see some maggots writhing within it. Doesn't seem to be anything biological in nature. Might have been something that was in their stomach while they were dead. It's knowing your eyes, your third eye is kind of giving you the hint that something about this is not, that this was probably an alchemical in nature.
All right, if I can, I've got a little empty vial. If I can, before running into the house, if I can grab a little stick there and put some into the vial and then into my pouch.
Right, go ahead and add that to your pouch and note where you got that from. And with that, the Milovoy is going to back away, but the Abbot is going. But as the Abbot approaches him and puts a hand on his shoulder, Milovoy is practically shaking. Yeah, you see the Abbot leans in and whispers something to him. Milovoy's eyes widen. He turns and fucking books it as fast as he can. Whew. The Abbot seems to mutter a silent prayer.
I go, what did you do? What did you say to him?
I simply gave him direction that he needed. Do not worry. I would never harm an innocent, such as him. Please, Tarmajan, everyone. I have been looking for an opportunity to speak to you all for a very long time. And the Abbot walks first into the house, very comfortably. Dimitri looks back to you guys and says, quietly, keep your wits about you. And enters after him.
I'm going to wait till everybody else goes in before I go in.
The Burgomeister's home is very nice, but not overtly decorated. You can see paintings and portraits of the family once they were, so older. You can see some portraits of previous Burgomeister. You can even see the adventurers that Dimitri is descended from. The dining room is large enough. Follow me, please. They will open the door to the dining room as the Abbot gives a nod and smiles.
Ah, okay. Just trying to find him.
Yeah. So I open the doors. Dimitri sits himself at the head of the table. As the Abbot sits himself next to him.
In the middle somewhere.
I'll have my unseen servant pull out my chair for me.
Dimitri shakes his head.
Fisk immediately is staying very close to Tarm and Honorum. And when we get to the dining room, immediately slinks under it.
See a couple of guards. seems only a couple of guards were brave enough to follow their Burgomaster into after the Abbot. As outside, the prayer is reaching fervor. It seems that more and more Krezkians are hearing of what has just happened. Dimitri waves them to wait outside. In Barovians, you say something, but you can probably understand it to mean wait outside the door unless I give a signal. God nods, and by his leave, close the door. Right, is everybody inside? Yes. No. Ptarmigan.
Yes.
Fair adieu.
What?
I'm not seeing your token anywhere. Did you get disappeared?
I'm right there by the Abbot.
I
Oh.
can see him.
Oh, let me refresh. Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's pinging me.
The Abbot, as you all sit, and Dimitri calls for some refreshments to be brought. Wine specifically. The Abbot begins to speak. Good people, pardon the display. I simply wanted to ensure that everyone in Krezk could see that my intentions are pure. I know that there have been some unfortunate rumors about my nature, and I wanted to put them to rest. He smiles beatifically at the table. All of you carry different darknesses, and I believe, truly, that if we were to join hands, we can help you. By your leave, of course. He'll give an apologetic nod to Krezk. Forgive me again, friend Tabaxi. It's not my intention to impose or intrude upon your nature. I hope I am forgiven.
We shall see.
Of course. My question is, Abbot, why you did not come to this sooner? My children, my first child passed several weeks ago. Why wait now? I have been, unfortunately, preoccupied. Once I heard of the terrible calamity, I began to make arrangements. I see. I assume that you want something in return. It is my shame, but yes, I do. I would like to ask for the items my friend has left me as well. Nothing more and nothing less.
Ptarmigan's just looking at this little interchange going on, or exchange.
He reaches into into his pocket, into his inside pocket, takes out the veil. If this thing is worth to you my children's lives, by law it is already yours. He gives it to me. I thank you deeply. You have helped me take a huge step towards liberation for all of us.
At this point, I stare very shrewdly at the Abbot.
He'll return your. You're at his side, so.
Yeah.
Are you standing, Tarmachin, or are you sitting?
No, I'm sitting. It just
Okay.
the token was kind of locked.
So remember, guys, hold Alt. It will.
Thank
Holding Alt will let you place your token exactly where you want.
All right. I'm like, you be blunt. You're a creature of light. I know this.
I am.
I don't care.
That is your prerogative. I suppose that by my nature, deception comes difficulty. I'm afraid that, aside from calling myself the Abbot, I do not know much else of deception. You are correct. I am what is called a Deva.
What does a Deva wish to do in Barovia with that particular item? I pointed it at the veil. It's not particularly powerful.
It is not the item's power that I am interested in. It is what it symbolizes.
Which means you know Barovia and you know where it comes from.
I do, yes. I have spent a long time tracking these items down. What joy was it to me when my friend was able to come into their possession. And he saw it fit to give them to me. I was both humbled and appreciative. In his death and in his gift. Pardon me. Sorry, a little bit of backup light. In his death, he has done more to serve his fellow Barovians than anyone else in 10 generations. Andrei Chazagavna is a hero.
Why would this be such a heroic thing to have? What's its power in all this?
Abbot is contemplative.
Archie will say with a mouthful of dinner roll, how are you going to liberate us with a veil?
Precisely.
I'm afraid that is difficult to explain. I have a plan, but by my nature, I am against deception, you must understand. But by the plan's nature, it cannot be revealed simply anywhere because of the danger that it could then be foiled.
So we're just
My
supposed to
Abbey.
have faith.
Faith is the basis of my existence. But if I may make a humble proposition, I understand that you are in possession of the second half. The ring. The gold is no matter to me. You may keep it. If you wish, I merely ask for the ring in return. After all, by law, it is mine. If you wish to see how it would be put to use, you are more than welcome to the Abbey. The eye of the Dark Lord does not reach us there. I will be happy to reveal my plan there.
I'll turn to the group. It seems like a solid trade to me, guys.
I look back at the Abbot and I go, is this the price for his family's salvation? Or is he going to owe you more?
I have done this out of my desire to relieve his bitter suffering. He looks at Dimitri, who has his arms folded across his chest, clearly having thought along the same lines of you, Talmagen. Talmagen, looking in Dimitri's eyes, you feel a keen spirit. A sarcastic, paranoid bastard.
I like it.
Yeah, even though he just had his children like in front of his eyes, you can tell that he still doesn't trust the Abbot completely. But he did give him the veil.
I look at him and I say, he comes with us if we go up there.
Yeah.
And I point at Dimitri and the Abbot.
My children have just been restored.
I understand.
But this is fine. This walks along with what I was asking you earlier. You have my permission to pass to the Abbey. Abbot. Yes. Have you any knowledge of the hooded figures that have been purloining the graveyards of my city?
Oh, thank God you knew. I just kind of lean back.
The Abbot leans back. I have no knowledge of corpses being stolen from your graveyards.
Just kind of a side glance over to Tarm at the phrasing.
See Tarman just kind of squinting at the Abbot.
The Abbot is maintaining a perfectly straight mask of calm joy. Not joy, but calm. In every way, he does, just being next to him, you guys do feel a little bit better, like that. You know the thing about how when there's a sound always in your ear for a long time, then it goes away, and then only then you notice it? That's what it feels like. Like there was a bitter taste in the back of your mouth this whole time that you've been in Barovia, but next to him, it's dissipating, And it feels like you can, it feels so much, you find your spirits lifted slightly. Because there's no more of that bitter aftertaste, constant aftertaste that you've gotten used to.
Yeah. Lead the way. If we're convinced, we'll give you what you asked for.
Roll an insight check on what he said.
Sure.
Nope.
Unfortunately, as per the rules we've always used, I'm going to have to take that.
The strength save?
Unless you use the rule. Oh, wait. I was waiting for the thing. I was like, okay. Oh, well, 19. Yeah, 19 will suffice.
No, I'm using a mouse, not a mouse, but a pad. And
oh, yeah, no worries.
And my finger hit it when I went to go down to hit insight.
You're good. So, insight 19, what specifically? What he was saying?
The statement, I have no knowledge of corpses being stolen from your graveyard.
It seems that he's chosen his words carefully. You don't get the sense that he's lying in any way whatsoever. I want to stress that. Simply that he chose his words carefully. Other than that, he seems completely honest about it. Like he genuinely didn't know that this was happening. He genuinely didn't think that the corpse is being stolen from his graveyards.
He knows something.
Then what, sorry?
But he. This is me speaking. I think he knows something else.
I I'm so freaking
No
that was some warrior
Oh.
shit he did there. That was
Mhm.
No comment. Alright. Well, as for the fabled Grey Company, I would like to personally thank you for saving the good people of Krezk. I, as a creature of good and order, I've been feeling the hope you've been bringing into Barovia. I want you to know you're making a difference. You may not see it, not always. You may not feel it, always. But you are. Hope and light is being brought on your shoulders into Barovia. Do not let its darkness take that from you.
Yeah, Norm is trying not to roll his eyes, but it's all three of them, but it's very difficult not to.
I just sigh.
I see.
Say, lead on.
It is at the moment evening, but while you leave, I would like to spend the evening here in Krezk, Burgeomeister. I will be able to deter the undead from attacking your city.
Imagine that.
Could you? Yes, I could. In that case, you are welcome to spend here every damn night as far as I'm concerned. Tom, give me an intelligence saving throw.
Alrighty.
already.
I think I got it.
You in that case, nothing happens. You think you see like something like kind of like sparking for a moment above the Abbot's head, kind of like when you were talking to Escher back then, but just for a moment, then it's gone. Well, in that case, the Abbot gets up. If there is nothing else, at least for now, then this is the end of our conversation. Good day to you all, my fellow friends. May the light be with you always. And the Abbot bows and exits. As he leaves, there's still like this tingle of calm that remains, and then just very, very slowly drains away the further he gets away from it.
As he gets to the door from under the table, Fisk says, "Here," he says, "May the light guide you." Fisk says, "May Eshlevan's light guide you." And I'm going to watch him.
And you as well. May it keep you warm always, Fisk and Thomas. And all the others. And he exits.
Wow.
You guys hear the praying outside reaches a crescendo as the Abbot once again exits the house. You guys see Dimitri kind of leans forward, Gendo Ikari style, looking at the rest of the table. Outsiders, Grey Company. I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter.
You're smart to be wary. That is one dangerous son of a bitch.
Indeed, I could confess, I did not suspect him to be quite so powerful.
I kind of point my thumb out the window. How long's the chanting been getting louder?
Well, that's been happening like since like that.
No, I meant
resurrection.
yeah. I meant like has this chanting been going on for a while? Around him or about him?
This is the first time he has made a personal appearance in quite some time. This is the first time I've seen him so directly display his powers in public. There's been rumors, there's been claims, but something this out. My comment is weak, probably. This obvious. This is the first time, as far as I can recall.
Whatever hand he's playing it soon. Spend time with your family. We're going to go check this out.
He called himself a Deva. What is a Deva?
It's like a female pop star that's really needy.
All right.
Can I Arcana check that? So I see what
religion.
Religion. All right.
Oh boy. Oh, check this. Oh, this is great. Yeah.
Fisk, my friend, you make a wisdom check, and if you roll above a 13, then you may make me a religion check with advantage.
Ouch.
Oh.
Nope.
Alright, Anam, you know that Deva's powerful angels. They are typically used as agents to the material plane, Shadowfell and Feywild, and usually can assume whatever form that they wish. Devas by nature are helpful. They want to help. It's what gives them purpose. It's what gives them joy. You can tell, this is probably not the Abbot's true form, and might even have been one that he chose to, carry favor with Dimitri, even Dimitri's ancestors. Because usually Devas are supposed to be silver skin, hair and gleaming eyes, huge wings, obviously. But the most powerful trait, the most strongest trait about them, almost a compulsion, is that they want to help others. They want to help as many people as they can, as much as they can, to do the most amount of good, to help. Like they almost can't say no. But yeah, that's what Dave is all about.
Oh, you're muted, I think.
Me?
Complete opposite to those. Some sort of demon, perhaps.
What's that, sorry?
Some sort of demon would be an opposite of a diva.
Yes, like a diva is like the complete opposite of selfishness. They are utterly and completely selfless in their desires. While a demon is and fiends are utterly selfish. There's not much that they wouldn't do to help themselves. As opposed to divas, there is not much they wouldn't do to help another.
So he said that he's that. Is there any way we'd be able to tell that he is not what he says he is?
Tamajan has displayed in the past some paladin powers ever since his discussion with the Raven Queen.
I mean, are you relating this as Honorim?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, Tamajan goes, he is a creature of light. Brilliant and powerful, whatever he is. I almost couldn't look at him.
Would Varys recognize anything being? Is the diva Fae or is it not Fae?
Sorry, what was the last question there?
Is it Deva Fae or is it not?
It is a celestial. It's basically a type of angel. However, however, I'd say for you and your family, there's a legend that one of the first origins of your family, one of your father ancestors, was a Deva of some sort who helped one of your ancestors basically start the family. They were unable to bring children, and the Deva helped them to bring children. And you're pretty sure you have a cousin or somebody who is an Ashima as a result.
Okay.
Or at least that's how the legend goes.
All right. Well, Varys will just look at the group and say, "This. He did nothing but help us here. I understand being skeptical. We should all be skeptical in this place. But if he's what I think he is, I think that we should try to enlist his favors as much as possible."
Probably right. She kind of takes a swig from the coffee mug. If this guy is as near infallible as you guys are saying, then honestly, I'm more worried about, what ends he'll go to do what he wants, or I see as good. If he's this kind of, being, then he might have a different mindset on what's worth doing for the idea of good. Something like that. I'm not a philosopher. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he's made bargains with himself on what's acceptable to do.
He has a plan that he won't tell us about. I don't trust that.
Then he was dodgy with his phrasing. Seems like he's already making compromises with himself, and that's a huge red flag.
He's bringing us into his home to try and ease our doubts. It's a gamble. So,
yeah.
Puts us on his turf.
Mm-hmm. And answer a question about the hooded figures in any meaningful way.
I suspect they won't be out tonight, just as I suspect there will not be undead at the walls. But I'm still going to sleep in the wall with the city guard.
You wait. Go with him. Ask questions there.
Yes.
Fisk, you asked him, you said something to him as he was leaving this room. What was that all about?
Eshlevan, God of Light.
Is that your god?
Yes. No.
Nothing gets out of Barovia.
Were you satisfied with his response?
He did not dislike it. Yes.
Very well.
Dmitri observes the party discuss amongst themselves their impression. What interests me is that he mentioned that in his abbey, the Dark Lord cannot hear. I've had my suspicions, but this does, I suppose, confirm that the Dark Lord either constantly or when he wishes can simply intrude upon our conversations and lives. If that's so.
I just smile. I'm like, it's been that way since we got to Barovia for us. And yes, you're absolutely right. I said, watch what you think about.
Not. I always do. You've been a great help. I know that, Mr. Tarmagen, you wish to sleep today in the barracks. That is perfectly fine. The rest of you can prepare some guest souls for Richard.
What time is it?
It's about 9 o'clock.
I'm gonna mosey on down to the city gate when everybody wraps up. I'm like, I do need to get some sleep. And I believe you have a whole family to go say hello to.
I do, yes. See that his face breaks for a moment, like the cold mask melts and he smiles and see his eyes go away. I'm trying to tell myself that this is just a dream. Because if it is reality, it is taken away from me. I simply don't want to wake up. Gentlemen, please. He indicates towards the door. So.
Oh, and yeah, I stand up and bid him in the evening and I head out.
Right now, it seems that most of the village has gone off to probably follow the abbot back to the gate. As Anna and the children are sitting and talking to each other as the abbot, as they see their father, they get up and move towards him to embrace him. The younger children, Ilya looks curiously upon you guys, but it seems that but only for a moment. It's very obvious that the entire family is still overwhelmed by what just happened. Remember, stay wary, he says to all of you. Night to you all.
Hang out, start casting detect magic.
The family heads.
Can keep them busy.
Sorry. You guys see detect magic
Keep
on
them
the.
busy.
10 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, you're trying to cast detect magic on them.
Well, it's on myself, but I want to see.
Oh, like to see them. Well.
Yeah.
Well, if no one's stopping them, they're heading inside.
If you give me a sign, I'll start playing my lute.
I'll give a cough.
Yeah, I guess I'll see if I can interest them in a song. Let's play a song to celebrate. I'll play some hobbity happy song.
Give me a lute performance.
Performance check.
Dmitri and his wife seem surprised, but that is persuasion.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm going to say that your lute performance is probably the same as that, eh?
They're persuaded to stay and
It's
listen.
not quite as good.
What is your
Performance,
modifier?
I don't actually have modifier on. It's a straight roll.
It's good enough.
Oh, that's strange. Yeah, I think something in your sheet broke. I'll fix that momentarily.
Tool checks are weird, man.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah, it's the same as his persuasion, so I'll allow it. Alright, so. You begin to play a very lovely and cheerful ditty that is both somewhat melancholic, but also has jolly elements of it, like maybe something sort of Celtic, you know, like a lot of the dance kind of style. And the family does stay and listen, and which gives the 5 minutes at least. Gives your detect magic time to go off. On your own, I'm assuming you're doing it like around the corner or something, not just there you are, like a little ways away.
Yeah, I kind of pulled myself away there.
Like,
Staring at the little kid going, oogity boogity boogity.
Yeah, they are all detecting as non-magical, but the thing you have in your liquid is magical. It is detecting as necromancy.
There's a shock.
That was it now. I'm gonna wander back, and when I'll let Archie finish, and I will. Well done, my friend. Well done.
No problem, man. Anytime.
That was the Burgomeister's wife. The smile, can see her eyes are big and so that was love. Thank you.
I'll take off my hat and was it?
Yes, it was. Dimitri sighs and like takes out like some coin from his pocket and like ching.
Oh, you're too kind. That's
20
generous.
coins.
You didn't have to.
20 coins in there.
Shameless.
With that, gentlemen, I do wish to spend time with my family. Good night. And they end there. Out of sight. I think with that, would you guys be okay if we take a 5-minute break?
I'm good with that.
Washroom.
Yeah. What did you say it was right now?
Like 9,
General.
9 at
like
night.
9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m.
Okay.
It's funny when I'm going back and catching up with the Discord messages. I just saw yours. Am I crazy? I thought I could have. Okay, never mind. Right. So, let me see. So, who's going where? I know that some people wanted to sleep in the, the Chosen Governor house, and some people, and Tom and Jenny want specifically to sleep at the.
Yeah, just out by the city
Yes.
gate. Just
Yeah, by the
just
city
or
gate.
wherever they've got. If they've got bunks right there, that's fine. If not, I'll just flake out by the wall on the
It's
inside.
starting to snow. You can see that the city gates are once again a huge congregation, and it seems that by the time you arrive, the Abbot's companions, his large, bulky, hooded companions, have been allowed within the city gates. They have like these very like deep like hoards that practically like you'll have to like literally go underneath like this to see what their faces look like.
That's exactly what I do. I walk right up to one.
Well, it's actually going to be quite difficult because right now the Abbot is standing like right at the city gate, like kind of for the like standing out like this, like blessing the crowds in Barovia. From what it sounds, you see everyone's like on their knees or like on one knee, kneeling or praying, like in just general. Like,
I kind of work my way around the side and just kind of nudge and push my way through, see if I can get up flanking.
as you approach, like people kind of some of the guards kind of like Good. It's a big idea. People are praying.
Being polite. I'm quiet.
Looked like you were heading towards the Abbot.
I've already talked to him.
The one of like the other guards kind of like, shut the fuck up. And oh, sorry. They resume praying.
I would like to say, I did promise, I think, this that I would go and after a little bit of realizing that should he be down there all by himself? I'm gonna go check on it. Yeah.
So Vysillia, you go there too. These guys are fucking. You've hanged out with orcs before, and these guys could pass as, like orcs that's been on the care team. They are bulky under those hoods, like definitely.
I walk up to one, just like I'm kind of like very obviously like.
As you try to walk out, like there's definitely it's not easy. It's like there's a crowd here. Like,
oh, okay, all right. So
like and the Abbot's like at the front, and his boys are like behind him. So as you get like that's why it's like hard, because like you're basically going to be walking towards, like there's this circle, like of space between them and the crowd. So you guys are basically going to be entering the circle. Definitely will be drawing attention to yourselves.
Nah, then I'm just gonna loom from the back and be like, also see like where the fuck is Tarm?
Yeah, and I'm just kind of as close as I can reasonably be without like making a scene. I'll stop there and watch.
Seeing Vysillia go and check on Tarm, Fisk will stay with the rest of the group.
Right. So, rest of the group, what is it that you're up to?
I'm gonna go up to the governor and say, who do I talk to about getting a bath drawn? I've been on the road for several days now. I hope you understand.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, the governor guy.
The Burgeomeister is home. Like he's home already. He's already retired, but
oh right.
You can see like there are some guards outside his home.
Have I seen a servant of any sort?
Yeah, you can like kind of flag down like you see like it seems that the maids kind of like got the ball to go back and see like they're gossiping wildly in Barovia and like pointing to the graves and all that. And as you approach one of them. It seems one will recognize you. Like, after all, much of the village was there. And yes, of course. Please to follow, and they will lead you to a little outside bath. It's pretty similar in design to the one in Vallaki. Smaller because it's not a hotel; it's a house.
All right.
And like it's just pretty big and deep, and there's like different kinds. And like you see, like this big container of salt also.
Okay.
You don't see any soap.
Gotcha. Well, I'll assume the salt's some kind of exfoliant and kind of use it in that general idea. Yeah, just do my best to wash up.
It burns. It does feel like it's cleaning you, but damn, like it burns really bad. It's like finding small cuts in your skin. You're literally bathing in salt water, which does seem to clean you, but god damn, these Krezkians are tough.
That's right, beauty's pain. I will clean myself the best I can, and then see if I can maybe find. I assume there's guest quarters somewhere. I'm just probably gonna poke around until I find them.
Sorry, who are you looking for?
Oh, just wherever the guest quarters are. Didn't he offer we could see?
Oh right, yes. Okay, in that case, you certainly can.
Know where the dining room is. Probably just pick another direction and start walking. See if I can find it.
It seems that the guest quarters are right. It's so. It seems that they've converted what seems to have been like a little den into these quarters.
The rest of us outside just hear a woman scream and yell.
it is snowing, like light. It's not like a snowstorm, but it is snowing outside. So you guys probably will want to find a place inside to sleep for the night. So the rest of you, where? Burgomaster, just the governor.
Fisk is gonna go up to the window and see what's inside the cushy chairs in the fireplace, and then scan the rest of the room for a little pocket of shadow, and just melt from the outside to the into the room.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You appear within.
Go and curl up one of the chairs and just kind of knead it a little and do 3 circles and lay down.
A maid comes in, like starts setting like up beds and such, but because like you're just very kind of like out of view, like she doesn't see you. You're
I'm gonna be the one to make the girl scream.
Humming to yourself. Are you pairing at all? Are you making any sound that would indicate that you're there?
Yeah, I would have probably purred a little bit and just kind
of like
sleep that way.
What's that? Sense making friends with suspicion, looking around her. Then like you kind of like make another purr.
Maybe Tarm wasn't the one I needed to supervise.
He's lucky, Isaiah. Like another parent, like, she throws the rest of them down and just kind of runs out of the room.
Did a fist go inside the house right here? I can't see.
He lit like you saw. So what you saw is Fisk literally like looking in the window, kind of like stepping into the shadows like underneath the tree, and then just kind of literally like the shadows of some kind, literally like into the shadows. And you don't see him anymore. Like it's almost like he walked into like a black patch under the bottom of the wall.
Okay, well, Varys is gonna go in the house and look for Fisk and just whisper for him until he can find him. Hopefully, he can find him, and he's gonna stay wherever Fisk is.
You can hear this quiet sorceress of like the family stalking upstairs. Using your hunter's senses, you may roll me a survival with advantage. Perhaps looking for cat hair.
Okay.
You would have seen the window, so like the general.
Oh yeah, you would. I think you would have seen him like use this ability before of shadow melding. So would stand to reason that actually, I'll say that the maid lit the candles and lights after you stepped inside. It's fine.
Okay. So where is he?
You would have seen him like in this room to the north over here.
Okay. And so I'm gonna sit down right here on the other side.
Alrighty.
That's a bed. I'm gonna lay down on that bed.
Alright. These are like very simple beds, like they're like kind of like wooden unfolding beds with kind of thin mattresses. Seems that that's the best they had at the moment. Varys prefers sleeping on the bed, like Father Pucci. No, I just put this on the wrong layer.
That's the reference you think.
No, damn it, that was Weather Report. My apologies.
I was gonna say, I was even more confused. Oh,
well, they are twins, to be fair, so.
Yeah.
Right, so. The rest of you going to bed? Is that the vibe I'm getting?
Archie, come back here. I'm going to whisper to the four of us that remain outside. So his lying and not lying about the graveyard has piqued my interest. Is this something that we would want to try and pursue overnight to see if we could possibly catch or observe what's being done? Or is this something we want to leave for...
I'm kind of almost out of spells.
I think it's been a big day. We need to be at our best. Let's sleep, because if it's related to the Abbot, then we'll know more tomorrow anyway. That's my ideas. I'm assuming that happened before I left the gate.
Yeah.
I had insight.
Right. Then Vysillia and Tom kind of comes into them at the gates, because I assume Cornelius is okay going inside. Alright, so it seems that as the night falls, 9 turns to 10.
So
What's up?
there was something that Varys wanted to do before.
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
And so Varys is going to go sit down next to Fisk, and he's going to look over at Fisk and say, Fisk,
See
we've been in the
one ear turned towards you, but I don't look at you.
Fisk, we need to talk for a minute. So we've been in this place for a long time. I don't know how long, but it seems like an eternity. I don't know who this Abbot guy is, and I understand people being wary, but I also just want to let you know that if there's people like that who I know from where I come from that have done really good things, and this guy can be a complete opposite from that, but I need all the friends we can get in this place. So I just want to let you know that our friends, they're our friends and they're our team. But I want to make sure that I want to be damn sure that this guy is not an enemy before we do anything stupid, because we need friends, and he's done nothing to show me that he's done anything other than good. This is Varys.
I sit up and turn in the chair and face you. I'm still sitting just like I do on the floor. We don't know. We don't know why he wants the things. Honorum said they like to help. It doesn't like to lie. We wonder and did not ask. Could it be made? Forced to help Strahd? No lies. Still helping. But bad for us. We don't know.
Can he lie to your God? Can he fake that?
Many lie to gods. None succeed.
Okay, well, I got it off my chest, Fisk. I hope we have a friend. If we don't, I'll be the first to admit my wrong, but I hope we have a friend.
We hope so too.
Good night.
Good night. I'll curl back up in my little ball. Start purring again.
Wow. Right, so now, pardon for the delay, Vysillia and Tom, as 9 to 10 turns to 11, more and more people start to go back home. And the abbot, the guards kind of climb back up to their perch, kind of falling down. You guys see like snow kind of falling down everywhere, but like as it reaches this little like bubble around, like not a physical bubble that you can see, but it just seems like there's around them as the snow falls, it just melts immediately, like it kind of flows away.
As the crowd thins a bit, I'm going to get as close as I can without touching or being right in their face. And I'm just going to look them over as much as possible. See if I can insight them.
And give me a perception check.
Perception? All right. Wow, that was terrible.
Bulky and big guys, I mean, they don't seem like so bulky that you think that like they're monsters or something, so they could just be big guys. There's those tons, they just seem like bodyguards maybe even he like wants to keep his hands clean on the road if he ever needs to.
And I check with one of the guards, I'm like, so where do the guards sleep to watch the wall?
Got the barracks.
May I join you?
But we have sure, Burgomaster welcomed you into his home. You're welcome onto my wall.
Hopefully I can just sleep and we have no problems tonight.
This is, by the way, the same guard like from the beginning, the one with the scar that kind of goes all the time.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna switch sides because I think I have like sensitivities and a truth there. Yeah, that's better. Getting old.
Okay, me too. So, and yeah, with that, I just kind of give him a nod and I head off to the barracks with my bedroll and I'm gonna crash there.
All right. Yeah, it's a very small barracks. It's basically more of a glorified little house there, like your own abandoned guard house is basically like nicer than that. But you get your rest.
Yeah.
It's warm, that's for sure. They keep a little fire going in the middle there. Vysillia, what about you?
Like I said, I'll be supervising him. So she's not making any effort to hide it either. If you look back, he'd see her following.
As the abbot simply stands in front of the gate, he looks back to you with a beatific smile and gestures after you approach.
She looks over to Tarm, just like back.
I just kind of, where I'm at, I just lean to watch.
There's like a window that you can see through. It's actually pretty nice where you are, Tom, because it's like, like you have like a bit of cold wind coming from the window with the snow, but like there's also the fire not far from you, and they give you a really thick like burr blanket. So it's like, like hot and cold at the same time. It feels nice.
Nice.
Right, so do you approach Vysillia?
I do. Here we go.
As you approach, and you can see he's a handsome man. Vysillia. Fuck my water.
I pick up his water.
He doesn't say that, by the way. This is not going to. Please, no repeat of the. Oh,
I know. I'm messing.
But my water broke. He smiles to you beatifically and says, "I can sense that you have many questions in your head, child. Your eyes are filled with them. Please, ask me."
Oh, jeez, where do I even start? So, not even for you. First of all, how did you even get here?
Entering Barovia, it's not the hard part. It is leaving it. I was sent here by the Morning Lord himself to aid the Saint Markovia, one of his greatest disciples. Alas, the flow of time is convoluted, and I've arrived sometime after her unfortunate demise. She stormed the castle. I hope to retrieve her remains from there someday, although it is my understanding that Strahd has given her at least a proper burial, an acknowledgement of worthy folk.
That's fair. Do you know? So I might be in a similar situation of come here a little too late. Maybe missed the mark by who knows how long.
You see him listening to you very attentively, in an almost fatherly fashion. His eyes radiate understanding and wishing to listen to you. Please go on.
She considers what she's going to say, and something else pops in mind. Now, she's kind of like sizing him up a bit. She pulls out the flask. Have you ever tried this?
He observes it with some curiosity. It is something that is not known to me. What a refreshing aroma. Is it an alchemical concoction of your making, perhaps?
Oh, not of my making, but from where I come from where I hail, they have a special thing called coffee. It's something we drink in the morning it's a stimulant. But it's also very nice. Go try it. I'm curious.
I've not taken human form many times before coming to Barovia, so I'm mostly familiar with things from Barovia. To your well-being, the well-being of all in Barovia. That is not a strongly tasting drink. I do believe it agrees with me.
Yeah, most people put sugar or sweetener in it.
He's sipping out, but he's listening. You tell that he's actually quite enjoying himself.
Yeah, she's actually a little surprised at how quickly he's turned over on this. But some people like to drink it black too.
It warms my heart and soul. It is as if a shard of the Morning Lord has been infused into slippery.
Right?
You have brought me great joy today, Vysillia.
Thank you.
You hand it back to you.
Father, if that's your title, I don't.
It is simply Abbot.
Abbot. Sorry.
I am unable to have children.
I see. Understood.
That was a joke, by the way. I
Ah,
am aware that the title of father is a common one.
good. Just didn't know what to read it to.
He blinks a couple of times. My apologies. I feel that the coffee is making me a bit giddy. Pardon me.
Oh yeah, that's coffee for you.
See that he's kind of starting to bounce a little bit. You can tell. He's like an angel, like really strong coffee. Like his body is not equipped to handle it.
Well, I found out what we'd be doing throughout Barovia.
See, it seems that he's kind of a strange phenomenon.
She's cracking up, trying to talk. But
You see like one of the disciples, like, you know, like, kind of makes a guttural grunt. It's alright. Thank you.
she kind of gestures it to the grunt as well. What was it?
It does not move. My disciples, while their faith and biology is powerful, I do not believe that they are fond of such things. They partake only of a special kind of. Their diet is, pardon me. Their diet is very specific and must be carefully regulated to maintain their health.
You speak about them like they're not average people, if that's the right term.
This is certainly the right term. The Belleviews are my beloved disciples, a singular family that I was able to assist. I'm afraid that despite my unworthiness, they decided to stay by my side as my disciples.
Talk about loyalty.
Through the ages, they've ascended and in order to become more capable of assisting me in banishing the darkness of Barovia. Although I'm afraid this is all I will speak about, at least here. As you know, his eyes and ears will be watching us even now.
Learned that very quickly. So on the whole topic of biology, you seem, more versed in the magic arts than my mercenary is. And she kind of like slowly rolls up her sleeve and like shows like part of the skin.
Fascinating. Shark, tiger, something else. Plant as well. Absolutely fascinating.
I had the privilege of meeting a very, very talented monster hunter, and kind of a big fan of him too. And even he couldn't figure it out. Would you have any insight into this?
Yes, my dear. It is the more, like, it kind of clasps your hands and would say, my dear, I believe I am the single most capable person of helping you. He's practically like he's shaking, but you're not sure if it's the coffee or if it's the joy.
Yeah.
I must insist that you come to the Abbey. I think that you will definitely like what you see. Be overjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
In a way, you are not so different from the disciples.
All right.
You take this upon yourself. How did this come to be? I am sorry. Pardon me. I feel that some of my faculties are a bit overwhelmed. It is, if it is a private matter, just like your friend Fisk, I will not pry further.
We'll save it for the. Are you okay?
I simply believe my
much.
time. I simply believe that I am unused to this kind of trick. It will pass shortly.
Go for a jog or something if you need to.
I must stay near the gates.
Oh, okay. All right.
Stop shaking so much, mainly because my butt's starting to hurt. So flexing.
All right. Well, I think despite all the suspicions, like You don't seem malicious, so that's all I gotta say.
Should certainly hope not.
Yeah, well,
Maliciousness itself is anathema to me. It makes me sick.
I get the feeling you're probably a lot older than me, but this is just my words of honest advice is good intentions can go a long way, but it can go in either direction. You know? I don't know what's on your mind, and honestly, I'll leave it to my other friends to figure that out. They're a lot smarter than me, but just, some personal advice.
Vysillia, I thank you. I am aware of what you're trying to say. At least I believe. It's my hope that tomorrow, come to visit the Abbey, I'll be able to show you exactly what it is that I'm trying to achieve. Hopefully, you can help me. In fact, with the ring, I will be so very, very close. This can all be over soon.
All right. We'll see. You have yourself a good night.
May I? Kind of like raises his hand like to touch your forehead.
Go for it.
And you feel it touches, 2 fingers touches you, and you feel a sensation of such intense calm. Vysillia, you do not need to make wisdom saving throws against nightmares tonight.
Woo!
May sleep find you well and easy.
Wow, thank you. I think it will. You have a good one.
Alright, so that sounds to me like everyone's gone to bed, and with that, everybody but Vysillia.
One sec. After everybody falls asleep, a couple hours into it, Fisk gets up quietly, tucks Thorn's doll into bed with Varus, and slinks out of the window the same way he came in. And I make my way to the blacksmith.
You can see that the blacksmith, like, even as you approach, even before you arrive, like, you can definitely hear it. Ding, ding, as the blacksmith is working diligently at the commissions, at your weapons.
I just kind of peek in from the shadows. I don't say anything. I just watch him work.
The air smells salty. There's a pool of his sweat by the forge. I could see that he has like this wooden goggles, like with very thin slits in them, as he works concentrating on his craft.
So he still has the Spear of Beasts and Tarmogen's weapon.
You can hear him, like right now he's working on the Spear of Beasts, and it almost, like you can see that his own hair is like kind of, now that you had some time to look at him, you realize that his own hair is not longer, but like it is like floating a little bit, kind of like yours does when sometimes thanks to the Spear's influence. I can hear him muttering under his breath.
I make my way back and crawl back into the chair.
And with that, I'm going to ask everybody to give me wisdom saving throws, except for Vysillia or anyone who is, otherwise has some form of protection.
Some
Dad,
friends.
did you see my message in
Make
Discord?
me.
Let me. Yes, you are. Go ahead and give me an int check. To disencode. Not an int check. Sorry, an arcana check.
I got that might be. I think if I ever want to like break the tension for a roleplay, I just gotta give like a serious character coffee and just watch this shit like cascade. It's just too funny.
I was like, what would an being made out of ideals react to like something with the psychic energy of coffee?
The psychic energy of coffee. Yeah.
23.
23, yes, you are. This is, right, you disencode a new spell called Borrow Knowledge. And this is an existing spell, I think it just
That's
came
a good
out
spell.
recently.
That's a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, go away, Ad. Go away. Go away, I say. Alright, Borrow Knowledge. You draw on the knowledge of your mentor. Choose one skill in which you lack proficiency. For the spell's duration, you have proficiency in the chosen skill. Spell ends early. If you cast it again, it lasts for 1 hour and doesn't take concentration.
That's nice.
How long does it take to decode that?
I'd say it takes, let me see, you have the thing that's the cut thing. 23, I'll say it takes you an hour and stuff too.
And that was 8 o'clock, so it'd be around 10 o'clock by the time that's done.
Mm-hmm. Right, so anyone else? Speak now, forever hold the peace.
Yeah, there's
Right, in that case, let's see, wisdom saving throws, and that is.
Can you roll for me? I'm doing some quick
Yeah,
chores.
sure. That's a 12. That's a 15. I'll roll for you. Who has Stone's Doll?
Varys.
Right.
Yeah, Ferris has it.
Nice.
Did I pass?
Sorry, I'm still opening your sheet.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Natural 20 for honoring. And wisdom saving throw for you. That's a 13. So 13, 27, 12, and 15. And a natural pass for Vysillia. And Varys, let me see. That is a pass for everyone.
whew.
Are we supposed to do these blind?
Oh, damn it, I forgot to. Oh well. I'll do the next time. No, thank you for reminding me. So I think this is probably a good point to take the 10-minute portion of our break. I'm gonna go check on my. Alright, with that, we are back, gentlemen. So, morning comes. Those of you with any levels of exhaustion, remove a single one. As the night passes very calmly and peacefully. It is you guys can hear the sounds of people starting their day, their morning. cold wind picks up. There's fresh snow. It seems that the Abbot is leading a prayer already outside towards the gate. Those of you sleeping near the gate, here the Abbot leading a prayer outside, thanking the Morning Lord for sending, for allowing the peaceful night. The Morning Lord's, the Burgomeister's estate is also rather active as at the moment several, you guys can hear some maids, the maids and cooks are getting to work for the family once again. It definitely seems like there's a big breakfast being made in preparation and celebration of the resurrection of the children. The Burgomeister, Dimitri himself, knocks on the door of the party. Good morning. Is it all right if I come in?
Absolutely.
He strides in, shoulders back, looking stern as his usual self. I trust the accommodations were sufficient.
More than sufficient, thank you. Nice to sleep in a warm, dry place.
Yes, here in my village, one earns their bed and their warmth. You've certainly done so. I was hoping to persuade him last night at some point to help us in regards of the food situation, but after the event, I was understandably frazzled. Says a man who looks like he uses a millimeter with that goes to the atom. Oh, like everything about him is straight and perfect. Can't really imagine him frazzled except with.
And how are your children?
They are all right. I think they have trouble remembering much of themselves, but it is my hope that as time goes, they remember me and my wife. They remember their names and each other. They remember some semblance of their homes. They remember the language. They remember that they love us and that we love them. They remember a little bit that they died. And that they each died also. I do not know if this is a side effect of their deaths, their resurrections, or something else, but having them is pleasant. I gave the veil away, so stride over to the fire. But I confess I am intrigued as to why he desires it in the ring. He cared not for the gold child, and I felt curious. I find myself compromised by a man. Since you are invited there, I would like you to find out what it is that he needs it for, please. And what he's been doing with all the food. The Bellevue family that he mentioned. I looked into it. Records indicate they were a family of madmen. Traveled to the Abbey in order to burn it down after the Abbot arrived. This was before my time, of course, but still, I find it curious that their descendants are still with him. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, you said you wanted us to check out the Abbey. Would this be with your official,
Of course.
as a burger? Okay. So we'd have your authority while we were there.
I shudder to... Well, unfortunately my authority does not extend to the Abbey, but I find myself upset with myself. If he truly is able to protect us from the undead, then I acted foolishly when I banned him from the town. Perhaps it was my fault. It's my hope that I am simply being overly cautious, but in Barovia, one cannot help but being such. Please watch yourselves.
You have any information on this pool of tears? I've heard so much about it.
Yes. According to legend, the pool existed in the Abbey and was renowned for it. It is said that, something I incline to believe myself, that the mother of Strahd, or her spirit, I suppose, who was dead for years after all, cried into the pool in guilt and sadness out of what become of her son. She said that the pool is her way of repenting and trying to help the people of Barovia. As you know, it is said to cure any disease, any malady, any curse. However, for 100 years before the Abbot's arrival, so timeline is a little bit puzzling. The Abbots, priests of the Abbey, fell into some sort of maddened brawl. I wasn't able to piece much of it, but it seems something that, in revenge for Markovia's assault on him, or her hurting a favored general of his, Strahd used his magic or his forces to seal the Abbey, effectively starving them. They fell upon each other for food and for wine, and eventually starved. The Abbey was cursed, or believed so, until the Abbot came along. It said that during the starvation, the pool must have been destroyed, or lost its powers and evaporated. I do not know how true that is. The Abbot he doesn't seem to know where it is from what my father mentions in his notes. But the man, as you've seen, is a bit of an enigma. See if you can find it. What's that?
Excellent. We will prepare to get ready and make our way up to the Abbey.
May luck be with you, gentlemen. Thank you. He strides out, looking very stern.
This goes to get up and leave. Sits and looks at the rest of the group. Blacksmith.
Yeah, we can go there before the Abbey. Plus, we need to meet up with the rest of our group. I guess, should we wait for them here? I mean, they know where we are, but we're not really sure where they are.
Gate.
Good point.
That's a good question. Do the group at the gate, Tom and Vysillia, do you guys go up to the Burgeomeisters, or do you guys wait for them by the gate?
You're muted. You're muted, Chris.
I head to that shop that's right by the gate and inquire about the oil while thieves canting about my tools.
Oh, all right. Ah, my friend, I thought you wouldn't come back, but it's good to see that you are.
Yeah, it was a busy night, as you know. It was weird.
I'll wink to you. Remind me what it is you wanted again.
I just wanted to check on that oil to make sure we had it ready for the gate in case we need it.
Ah, the oil. Certainly do. Certainly do. We'll pull out a small parcel. Somebody prepared it for you already, but then you see. So, it is simply a matter of payment.
Oh yeah, how much to keep the oil on standby?
On standby.
Yeah, well, no. I mean the oil on standby. It's a holding fee that I'll give you now.
If just for standby, then 10 gold, I suppose.
All right. I'm gonna hit him with 15 and say thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I spot Vysillia outside. I'm like, you have a good morning. And, see if I spot Vysillia anywhere.
She's just kind of mulling around right now. She's, I guess the best way to put it is she's just on the bench drinking, you guessed it, coffee.
I go over, arm outstretched for a swig, and I'm like, shall we go back up to the Burgeomeisters?
All right. She kind of pushes herself up. Oh, I have to sleep again forever. Oh, I need this. You hold on to this. I'll need this for today.
Really?
Give me an hour. Who knows? All right, let's head over.
All right. Swing and coffee, we march across Krezk.
All right, yeah, with that, you guys arrive at the Burgomeister's mansion. You guys can now, but this time you guys can hear the Burgomeister and his family coming down the stairs for breakfast, and the maid is going to this maid is going to enter. You see like this middle-aged, very sour-looking face, and you see that one eye is much bigger than is not much bigger, but like kind of looking the wrong way. And I should say the Burgomaster invites you to dine with his family. Please to be coming.
Is this the? Do I recognize the scent? Is this the maid that came in to make the beds the previous night?
No, that one was like a younger woman. This one, you've seen her around. Like you've seen her before. Like Archie, you saw her before when the others were gossiping. She was kind of standing there.
Okay.
Staring.
Well received. Thank you. Yes, breakfast would be good. It's a big day. And I'll
Excellent. Pleased to be coming.
move to follow her.
And I'll say that they brought in a table to expand to allow you guys to sit. You guys see the Burgomaster's children sitting in a row with their mom doting on them. They're being pretty quiet. See their eyes follow you as you enter. They look at you. The mother is very absorbed. How you say, just enjoying that her children are there and alive next to her.
I'm just enjoying just a kind of a normal family thing.
Yeah.
Just
the children are being pretty quiet, and it seems like once you realize, you must pardon them. They do not speak the common tongue. For them, outsiders, we never bothered to teach them common.
Yeah, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and kind of like make a little running horse on the table and just wordlessly have it running around in front of me.
What? Sorry? What's it look like?
Just like a little horse that runs, kind of a little mini illusion type thing.
See their eyes follow it.
Oh, I'll use minor illusion to make it make noises, little whinnies and things.
Oh.
Actually, like their pupils widen as they follow it. Very obvious there. Not. This is pretty amazing, guys. Anna watches with wonderment and claps. Oh my, how lovely magic! It's been so long since I've seen it used in such a lovely way.
It's a very lovely home.
If
You have
it
a lovely
goes-
family.
If it goes anywhere near Fisk, he tries to catch it.
Just paw.
Darius, do you sit down to eat as well?
Hey guys,
Yes?
sorry, I got texted by my son. What's
No
going
worries. Are you sitting down to eat, or are you kind of like standing in the corner there, all menacing?
on? No. I'll come sit next to Target.
Alright. Where's Vysillia? Okay, Vysillia, you're like sitting between the children, like, yo guys, how's it going?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've not moved my token. So, where am I sitting? That's a good fucking question.
There's a portion of the chair there.
Oh, Fisk,
The table, sorry.
Fisk is under the table, so you could sit like where, yeah.
Right there.
There you go.
Perfect.
Wait,
Now,
does
Fisk, you
Fisk
can
have
see-
a plate, or are we like feeding him under the table?
I am absolutely feeding him under the table.
Yeah, Fisk, yeah, you are under the table. Passive perception, please.
19, 20?
Yeah. You notice that the children are still probably pretty stiff from, being dead. Like their legs are kind of like hold close together, like not moving much. Mitri looks under the table and seems kind of like just done. Like with all of that, like so much happened in the last 24 hours. As the family eats quietly.
It was feeding me under the table. You feel him taking it.
Dimitri looks at the maid as she kind of puts the food in front of everybody. Oh, no, thank you. You're welcome. Should I be feeding the cat too?
Please, he's one of us.
Of course. No. Oh. Dimitri mutters to himself.
Look at him and go, I'll bet she runs a tight ship.
Certainly so. She lost her husband 3 years ago and hasn't been quite the same since. Husband and both sons.
I'm sorry to hear.
Was supposed to go to Valaki. Came back without them, cold and hungry. It's a miracle. She survived without being done in the as you know, check.
And you just happened to need a maid, or you
I
decided
pity.
you needed one?
I took pity on the poor woman. I knew her husband was a friend of mine. I took her into my home. It's one of the maids.
Good man.
Tried to hire most of the girls who live in the city. Everyone works. Everyone does their best. I see that the children are eating, but very kind of like slowly and ultimately.
Any color come back to their faces?
Yeah, they're looking a lot more alive, a lot more colorful. Most of them are kind of, looking at their food or at you guys.
I'm the last person to make faces at them, so yeah.
Hmm.
You guys can see Dimitri's eyes are like on them as they eat. Ilya says, "Yes, father." Actually, I'm coming. "За, фата. Нужно зая, лаской." Да. Хорошо. Still doesn't remember his best friend from childhood.
So how are they acting?
As you can see, they eat, they speak, but they're stiff. Anna looks to her children with the worry. Please, just got them back. They've been through death itself. Who knows what it causes to a body, to a mind. Give them time.
I just hope they're okay. Truly.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi. It's me.
Wasn't expecting the jovial. With Vasil's kind of background and short-lived fervor for like wanting to learn magic and shit. What would she have picked up on in terms of like healing or resurrection, yada dida hoo-ha sort of stuff?
Resurrection, as opposed to revival. You've heard of people using their revivify miracle. While not exactly easy, cheap. It is simply a matter of reaching out to the spirit still attached to the body and pushing it back inside. After all, the silver tether is still strong and thick. Revival is something else entirely. The silver tether is gone. It's been snapped. It's been worn away. After more than a minute passes, it doesn't last long. Revival involves literally reaching to the realms beyond and grasping that spirit and bringing it back into its body while reconstituting that body, if it is still there. In fact, the most powerful form of resurrection can even reconstitute one's body. However, that is stuff of legends.
And how long? And remind me, out of character, how long the kids were dead for?
The eldest has been dead for a month. The second eldest for maybe 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks. The daughter has been dead. Sorry, that was the daughter. The second son, who is the third born, was dead for about 2.5 weeks, and Ilya died 4 days ago. The youngest
Yeah.
one.
Oh wow, resurrection in Barovia. Oh, that sure is gonna go well. Let's see what happens now, folks. Anyways, back to the role play. Just curious. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything else aside from chillaxing.
You see a little bit of food kind of drip out of the eldest son's mouth. Bisanoi stops chewing. Right. After a little more while, food's done. Dmitri says to Anna, Хорошо. She says something to the children who stand up and follow after her dutifully. And they go upstairs.
Once they feel like they're out of earshot, I'm gonna be just to Dmitri, like, we're gonna wrap some business and then head straight up to the Abbey, or at least find the Abbot.
Nods, still looking to the door they left. Sighs. Right, please be careful.
I'll do my best.
Wait. He reached into his coat and take out a small vial. You guys see the vial is filled with grayish dust. With the top of it. This is concentrated vampire essence. It's under nature. Might prove useful if you need to make a quick escape.
Noted.
Take it.
Thank you.
Do not breathe it. Be very careful. As you see that he has gloves. Thomas, do you wear gloves?
Actually, yes, I do.
Okay. Be careful. That the party. Is there anything else you'd like to do at the Burgomeister's house before departing towards the gate?
I think I'm good.
When the the maid comes back in, I ask her if she happens to have a small amount of baby powder that she could part with.
Are we doing this shit again?
No, okay. This time it's you see just a different woman who's older. She's looks at you guys with great respect. Oh, and Dmitri sighs and translates. Oh, she'll go and fetch some. Pardon. As I mentioned, outsiders are very uncommon. So, the language referred to as common is not common in Krezk. And now the word common is ceasing to make sense. Common. And she returns quickly with a little pouch of baby powder. Here is powder, baby. Yes.
I'll laugh and I'll thank her and place a gold piece in her hand.
You're the royal mug, black. Danke, sir. Danke, sir. And she'll you've just given her a day's wages.
Good.
At least we do.
Yes, indeed.
Just crawls out from under the table, does that big, long cat stretch with his ass in the air, and backs
The
to us.
Burgomaster turns away in disgust.
Yeah, you kind of like it's just kind of like a side lean, just like you good there, buddy.
Doesn't say anything. Just walks out.
Yeah, I just got to get up at the same time, do the same thing.
I hope not the same thing.
I was going to say, Tom, what?
I meant leaving.
Tom just like puts his body
Rubbing off on him.
The Burgomaster like clearly regrets his decision to trust you at all.
So I'm going to let everybody leave. And then I'm going to ask the Burgomaster a question
Like, sure.
as the crew is leaving. And as I'm leaving too. So I'll be the last person to leave the room, and I'll just kind of turn around and say, give me your gut. Give me your gut feel.
My gut feel is that, my friend, is that this is some kind of trap. But I felt the same. But I felt the same way when I first met my wife. I felt the same way when I met all of you. In fact, I'm still not convinced that you are not all some very clever trap or outsiders out to somehow claim that inheritance you are so conveniently aware of. After all you need to do is just give him a ring that you insisted on keeping, and then conveniently he shows up and offers you the money in exchange for it.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from. As the leader of these
Absolutely.
people, I am their protector.
You're 0 for 3, so he's good, because if you think he's bad, you're 0 for 3. Got it. I'll bet on him. Thank you, sir.
Be careful. That's all I ask.
We will be.
It's a good thing Varys didn't go to medical school. They would be awful bedside manner.
Give it to me straight, Doc. You're gonna die. What? Nah, I'm messing with you, but your odds aren't looking that good. Anyways, I need you to sign here.
There's like fucking Dr. Hibbert from Family Guy.
Yeah. Or House.
I'm not sure how to say this. Kim Basinger? Bassinger? Kim Basinger?
Passenger, I think it is.
No. Thank you, Chris. Anyways, the party heads out towards the gate where you find the abbot just finishing up the prayer, and like there's all the huge congregation.
Actually, is the
Oh, the smithy, right?
smithy
Yeah,
on
smithy.
the way? Yeah.
Yep.
So, as you guys head to the smithy, it's completely silent and the forge is out. It is, in fact, dark.
Fisk will go up and knock on the door.
It is an open air smithy, so the door of the house itself. At the sound of it, you hear something shift in the smithy, and you realize that you guys didn't just quite notice. He was literally sleeping on his anvil in a lump.
Wow.
However, next to him, on a pillow of straw, are the spear of beasts and Tarbajan's weapon as well.
Go over and just poke his leg.
Oh, hindi na ko pala. Ah! Oh, grabs you by the front. It is done. It is done, my friend. It is done.
Who's he grabbing, Tarm or Fist?
You, Fisk. So does like just drool like this? His hair like plastered like on his forehead.
I would, out of reaction, grab his wrists and then stop myself. Just reflex, and then relax.
Take him. He's yours. His power, his life. See, like tears coming down his eyes. Just help him get rid of the bastard.
Do I feel anything different in the presence?
As you reattune to the Spear of Beasts, its voice is much clearer. Fisk,
Yes.
I feel different. I feel stronger.
We have work to do.
To my awareness, I think I can tell where he is. I can smell him all the way in the castle. I know when he's coming back. Oh. Let's go, Fisk.
Before we go, remember, the right time.
The right time.
Put him on my back,
Alrighty.
reach into my pouch, and put 200 gold on the anvil.
Alright. You look at the anvil.
And I'm already walking out.
Alright, so the Spear of Beasts feels very nice, and you can feel that it's crackling with new power.
On my way out, I say to Ptarmigan, for yours as well. And I keep going.
Alright, so Fisk. The Spear of Beasts has gained a new power. It can now sense Rahadin to Rahadin's presence as long as Rahadin is not hiding himself in some way. And once per day, where you throw it somewhere in the lands, you can cause it to cast Erupting Earth as a third level spell.
That's awesome!
Wow.
That's freaking nuts! Wow!
Okay.
Quest channel.
Yeah. I will log that shit away.
I kind of try and get the blacksmith's attention because I know he's completely enthralled by this. And I'm like,
Blacksmith. Oh yeah. Oh, you see him kind of like just exhausted, like but very like kind of smiling, like of a job well done. And you, my friend, here you are. Bestow your weapon back to you. Right, so so you had your your saw rapier. The metal being awakened is how he put it.
Right.
Its damage in trick form has increased to 1d8. And its damage in its hand form has increased to 1d10.
Ooh.
So now you have 1d10 without reach, 1d8 with reach.
Right.
Damn. Damn, it's really good. It's true.
Yeah,
I got a big finger. How about that? Suck it.
The finger's awesome, yeah.
It is. I gotta use it sometime.
In addition, you now gain a special attack with it, where you, if you do not move that turn at all, so you would need to do that. So this would be you attacking at the end of your turn without moving or bonus acting or whatever.
Okay. All right.
You will be able to. You'll be able to switch between the forms as a free action.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I could, at the end of the turn, I could switch to the other kind. All right. Gotcha. The most impressive, sir. Thank you.
It seems that he has reworked the mechanism to be, a little bit better. So, when you're moving it, when you're snapping it, it'll be better. It'll be smoother. But if you move, the momentum can mess with it a little bit. But because the weight has been changed, so it has been a pleasure to work on it. The challenge as well. I awakened the metal. I awakened it.
Extraordinary work. Extraordinary work. Oh,
He's already asleep.
I have
He's
one final task for you, greater than all the rest, if you are up to it.
he's sleeping. Gonna have to poke him.
I give him a poke.
I go, Vysillia, coffee, and I hand it.
Oh, she kind of sloppily tosses it over. Oh shit!
That too. It's ah!
What?
Drink
It's
this.
coffee.
Drink this.
I'm like, I hand it to him. I'm like, drink this.
It's not gonna butt you.
It's good.
You're muted again, Honor.
It's better.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
No.
Well, if you're gonna be a whiner, give that back to me.
I'll reach
Strong.
into.
That's
Like
what
the
I
people of
thought.
Krezk.
You outsiders drink this crap. Look, give it back. to you.
Religiously.
So, what it is that you needed to be done?
I will reach into my pack and I will
Come on.
pull out
Marc.
a fork.
Fork. What do I do with this fork?
Silver
What do you want me to do
spork.
with this?
Can you grind this down into dust for me?
Yes, I can. Right? Give me 1 minute. Here you go. Here's a ball of silver dust
All right.
and some lead in it as well.
I take that and I toss him 5 gold.
Silver. So I don't know if you caught it, but it was silver mixed with lead. It was the spot was pure silver. It was coated with lead. It's lead coated with silver.
Of course.
So there is a little bit of silver there, though, right?
There is, yeah.
Okay. I'll kind of separate that and give half of it to Varys, and I'll put the other half in my pouch.
Shit. Make holes in the baggie and kind of shake it around until the bigger pieces fall out and toss it aside. And then you're like, man, these people use lead in their utensils. No wonder they're so fucking crazy and mean.
Builds character.
No. Fun fact: the use of lead in the water pipes is what led to the fall of Rome.
One of the factors.
All right. So, As the party marches upon the gate, and like the Abbey gestures, and you see the crowds kind of part to let you guys pass, and people are kneeling. People are kneeling and like praying at you and towards him, kind of assuming like kind of by association. My friends, good morning. I hope you have slept well.
Indeed. It was a good night for me.
Vysillia, Fisk, Honorim, Animus Vox, Robert, Archibald, Talmadgen, Balrock, Tomas. Let us go. And with that, the Abbot is going to step forward with his disciples behind him, and with the party alongside, heading up towards the Abbey. As the prayers and of the town is at your back, the wind howling in your ears and the snow crunching under your feet, we will end tonight's session of Curse of Strahd here.
All right.